Hi, guys. This is Spiritual Teacher for You, and I've had a bit of an emotional morning and kind of overwhelming, and I didn't think that I was going to come on today. Um, but I'm here. I did a few pick me up things, and I feel a little bit better. And I never come into this space without first getting up to speed. And so if it's not too loud, I am going to ding this bell to just kind of uplift the vibration. So be warned, it might be loud. That was so little. There we go. Yeah, that feels good. I'm going to do this bowl as well. So bear with me. This one. That felt amazing. I don't know if the camera picked up the vibes or not, or the frequency, but that felt amazing. And just confirms that I'm definitely supposed to be here doing this reading. I do feel like I need to close the door for a second, so I'll be right back. So, the first part of this, I think, is going to be me kind of telling you what I'm experiencing right now. And I think that's because I feel drawn to do that because I feel like what I'm experiencing, other people could also be experiencing, and they may not understand it. And I feel like I'm here now to give an understanding around surrounding the feelings you may be having. My heart chakra is lighting up, so I do feel like that's the direction I need to be going in. So if you're more interested in the reading where I'll get tarot out, then I will put timestamps in there. And I did grab my Enchanted Tarot. As I said that, so I know I will be doing a tarot reading later in this video. But for the beginning portion, I'm going to kind of talk about the feelings I've been having because in my current life, without going into too many details, there's a lot of changes happening. And I've done a lot of spiritual growth. And, um, it's funny because I think that what happens to people who I just saw a bird, a blue bird. I'm pretty sure it was a blue jay fly across the window. That was so beautiful. Anyways, and then on the wall it says spread your wings and fly. You guys, this is why I came on here. I knew it was going to uplift me even further. But anyways, um there's big changes happening in my life right now. A new beginning of sorts is happening in several areas of my life, almost like an entire it's like I've jumped into a quicker time. It's almost like I have gone into warp speed, and I've been getting warnings from Spirit and the universe saying, hey, when it's coming fast. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll be ready, you know? So I've known that this change is coming. I've known the energy is going to be changing. But now it's kind of here, and I am feeling very overwhelmed. But the feeling that I've really had is for the past several months, I've been asked, are you pregnant? And it's like, no, no. And then, every time they ask me that, I'm like, but I am coming into something new. And so it feels like I have been pregnant for the past, probably 9 months if I really go back. Probably about 9 months is how long it's probably taken. I need to go back and think and really think that through. But it feels like now I've given birth to a baby in the form of this new thing that's in my life. And the only thing I can equate these feelings to is literally that, as this new thing was happening, there was a lot of support around me. The experts were around, but now, and I equate that to like being in the hospital setting after you have the baby, and the doctors are there, the nurses are there, there's experts around you, so you feel good, you feel comfortable, you feel safe, you have one button away from being like, I don't know what to do, can you help me? Whereas now, when time to go home, you're all by yourself, and it's just up to you, how successful you are as a parent to this newborn. And so that's what I can equate this to, is that I am now with my newborn. I know I'm being very cryptic here, but I'm, a bit of privacy. So there's this newborn in my life, and now the hospital is gone. I'm home by myself with my newborn. And so there was this overwhelming feeling, and I have spent all morning trying to figure it out. And I even was feeling sick, like it's it's crazy. I was feeling almost very lethargic, low energy, just like I've given birth, you know. And my stomach's been kind of in knots this morning, just kind of in this nervous state, and my thoughts are spiraling, and I'm thinking of all the things that I need to do, and to the point where I was like, if you don't do something, darling, you're going to spiral basically out of control and be done for the rest of the day, right? And I was like, I don't want that to happen. I'm stronger than this. I'm a Leo, man. So I was like, get it together. What can you do? Okay, well, there's been a lot of energy in my home the past week or so, so I saged the crap out of it. I know my husband's gonna mention the smell when he gets home, but I went through every room and saged it and just put my blessing and cleansed out this, energy that's been there, that's not like original native to my home. So I cleared that out, and I put on healing frequency on the television, on a YouTube video. I put my headphones in and listened to, and I put both headphones in so that it drowned out all the other noises. And I put on music that I really enjoyed, and I danced around my house, burned incense, played with my puppies. I forced myself to lift my vibration up, and I didn't even want to do a reading earlier, and I knew if I didn't want to do a reading that I was not where I need to be. I was like, and you can't do a reading if you're vibing this low. And listen, I warred with myself. I was like, okay, but do I need to sit in these feelings? I did sit in those feelings for a little bit until I figured out what was happening. And I just asked spirit, like, normally when I'm going through something, I see signs, and I felt really alone in this moment. And I was like, there's no way spirit has abandoned me. And I just refused to believe that. And I'm like, I know you're there. I know I have to do this and go through this. So help me, like, help me get through this. And then that's when the idea was inspired to sage the crap out of my house. So, and I still gave myself a selenite bath, and I did this after I got out of the shower. That's the other thing I did. I took a shower. Gosh, this feels good. It literally feels like you're just putting on healing lotion, and like clearing out, just taking a bath. That's what it feels like. It's interesting. I'm hearing to protect yourself. Maybe with crystals and jewelry that's protective in nature. but anyways, back to my story. So that's when I came in here, and my office is a disaster. It would be so embarrassing for anybody to see this way. And there's a huge push to clean and purge, and I keep self-sabotaging because I keep finding something else to do instead of clean my office, which there is a reason why that's going to be so hard, because I have all of my mom's belongings in here, and February 22nd will be 3 years, and all her stuff's just been sitting there, and I've done nothing with it, and it's just, I mean, if I'm not displaying it, or if it wasn't sentimental to her, or I just need to figure out what to do with it, and not just have it sitting there as stagnant energy. And that's what it feels like. So I really have the urge to purge. The urge to purge. But of course, now I distracted myself with doing this reading. But that's okay. I truly feel that I came on here to say those things for a reason. So if you feel completely overwhelmed by life and what's happening, and you don't understand why you're feeling, you don't understand why you're crying, you don't understand why you feel sad, like, you should be excited, happy things are happening, right? Why are you sad? It's like postpartum depression. That's what it feels like. And so I feel like for some of you that are going towards your goals, there's going to be this period of just intense confusion of, am I doing the right thing? Have I got in over my head? Am I capable of doing this? Do I have the right skills? Do I have what it takes to make this thing that I'm doing successful? All those things will go through your head, and that's okay. But those are just doubts in your ego talking, trying to convince you that you're safer where you're at. When in reality, where you're going is so much better. And the reason you're having this confusing state, this confusion phase, is because you are literally choosing to step on the path, the timeline, the path of your highest self. Well, that requires a different energy. So you're literally in the process of getting to a higher base level frequency. We all have this base level we're at, and as we experience life, we raise up or we go down, but there's like this median base level of where we're at. And as we choose to elevate, we go through lessons to where once we heal from the lesson and we grow, then we elevate. But then there'll be things trying to drag us back down. And so we have to keep elevating in order for our average base frequency to also elevate. And when that happens, all new life experiences happen, because literally as you elevate, your DNA, your cells, everything changes. And so, just like your DNA and cells change every 7 years, which has been scientifically proven, there's a chance to almost elevate in that time. So I'm feeling like there's a cycle happening, and there goes my heart chakra again, of a lot of people in this place in life, or almost like this 7 year cycle of where your cells and DNA are totally changing. And are they changing with you to elevate, or are they changing and you're still vibing? You see where the disconnect would be? Like, it's almost like the universe gives us this chance to elevate, and it literally changes our everything about us, and we can choose to go with it or stay where we're at. And the further you get away from this elevation opportunity, the more I'm hearing spirit is saying, like, the more sickness and disease and illness and stress you really put on yourself. Wow, I've never gotten that download before. Do you understand what I just said? Like, when our cells and DNA and everything is changing, our hair, everything is changing every that 7 year cycle. I'm also hearing 7 to 9 year cycle. Then it's like when the snake sheds its skin, right? Because it outgrows it. So the snake grows with, elevates with, and so his skin sheds off. That's what's happening to us. So we can take that opportunity as we go through this growth shedding period to elevate with that shed, or do we continue to stay where we were? And like I said, the further away we get from that elevation, the more our bodies don't know what to do with that, and they start to break down faster than they would if we elevated with those opportunities that the universe, and yeah, that the universe gives us. You guys, that was crazy. That's really crazy. I hope that makes sense. Um yeah. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. That was amazing, right? I mean, the fact that the universe gives us an opportunity to grow. But anyways, sorry, that's where I was going, is that in this time where you're going through the shedding phase, which, do y'all know what this year is? 2025 is the year of the snake. So we are going through this shedding. So if you feel overwhelmed, you have to find a way to get grounded again. You have to find a way to raise your elevation. You saw me ring that bell. Literally, sound and frequency will be almost like a turbo boost to help elevate you. Smells, incense, sage, dancing, moving, nature, reading, writing, journaling, art, cr- crying. I was going to say coloring, and crying came out, and then I was going to say crayon. So coloring with crayons, maybe, like remind yourself of being a kid, but also crying is very releasing and healing. These are releasing tears. If you feel grief and sadness, that's because you're literally, your oldness is leaving. It's a death. A death is happening. So there's going to be grief. Okay. All right. So you guys, I feel ready to do the reading now. So I will put the timestamp at 17:33. I'm going to go ahead and write that down because normally I have to review the video back to see when I transition. So 17:33 is when the reading starts, even though technically it's not, because I'm still talking. For you guys who are technical talents out there. Okay, so we want to get a message for the collective, about this shift that we're making, about this shedding of skin, about this uncomfortableness. What can you tell us? What is the energy around the collective spirit? We want to know what the collective is going through. Please take my own things out of it, and we just want to know about the collective, even though I feel very bonded to you guys who will be watching this, because I know that you're going through the same thing, and we are. The whole planet is. Yeah, I'm going to get 3 of these cards. Well, I always do that, and then more cards come out. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. So I asked, what do we need to know about this shift, or the energies around this shift? The moon. The moon is the very first card. And all these cards came out face down, so I have no idea what they are. And then the moon's the first one. That's Pisces energy. This is also illusions, hidden truths. So we're waking up to hidden truths. Um the moon, I just saw like the moonlight, how it can be so bright, almost makes it look like there's snow on the ground sometimes. And I feel like that's illumination. And normally I've been getting like Ra, the sun god, the Egyptian sun god, like for illumination. But now I'm getting this moon energy for illumination, which makes me think this is illuminating our subconscious, some deeper hidden truths and feelings that we've been ignoring and denial about. This is with the planet elevating the way the year of the snake, this is causing you to face things that make you feel very uncomfortable because you've really pushed them down deep. This is some deep subconscious stuff. This could even be trauma that you don't even remember. It's like because your brain just couldn't handle it, your whatever disassociation, so you can't even remember something, but it's almost like something happened. So I feel like those things might be coming up for you, whether you actually remember them, but that feeling of what happened may come up. So if all of a sudden these really stressed feelings or feelings of suffocation I'm hearing, or feelings of wanting to scream, or you might be having nightmares a lot about being suppressed or like pushed down, um, that is your subconscious trying to come up, saying that whatever happened in your past that was traumatic that you may not remember is trying to come out for you to heal it. Wow. Wow. There is like a little poodle here too. So I feel like someone's spirit animal is a dog, or maybe you have some type of poodle at home. Also, I saw this girl only after I saw the animal. She blends in so well, which goes along with the moon because these are hidden. She was hidden from me. Anything else? Okay, let's keep going. Ace of Hearts. So a lot of people are coming into a time of love and really experiencing love, like real love. I'm getting emotional. It's so intense. This is unconditional love. This is love that goes beyond appearance, goes beyond materialness, goes beyond looks. I already said that. Goes beyond any 3D, this is like a 5D, multi-dimensional, multi-lifetime love I'm feeling here. This is someone, and I'm just going to say it, this is a twin flame. This is like a high level soulmate here. For some of you, it's a twin flame. For others of you, it's just a very high level soulmate. Because, not everybody chooses to experience the lifetime with a twin flame. The Wheel of Fortune, my God. I'm telling you, the energy right now is so crazy. But this is the number 10, y'all. That is a cycle completed and a new one starting. It's that new cycle. We're in the year of a new cycle beginning. That's why you're being forced to choose to shed or remain. You can shed or remain, but I'm telling you, if you choose not to shed, your body is going to experience symptoms and signs that you are refusing to shed. Okay. Also, shedding can look, what's funny? I guess I'm going to tell my personal business. Um, I have like it's called a blood mole. Is that what it's called? A blood mole on my chest that popped up for years, and it's I just ignored it and ignored it. And this past few weeks, as things have been happening, I cannot leave it alone. I would not leave it alone. It's like I couldn't stop trying to get rid of it. I know, cringy, right? It's like, why didn't you go to the doctor and get rid of it? Get rid of it. Just you keep your opinions to yourself. But anyways, so I messed with it and messed with it, and I took care of it though. I put Neosporin on it. I put Band-Aids on it. I've been keeping it clean. When I mess with it, my hands are clean. I've been doing it in a way that feels right. Okay. Well, guess what? It's not there anymore. There's a little scar there, and there's a little bit of a raise on the skin, but it's not red anymore. It just looks like it's trying to heal up all the way now. So how crazy is that? So you may be having things, your skin maybe, I mean, you may be itchy, very itchy. Like I've been so itchy this winter, more than I've ever been in places that I'm not normally itchy. My hands have been itchy, my face, my stomach, my rear. And I put lotion on, and I'm drinking water. So there's a lot of things happening that just seem to go along with the fact that we are shedding our skin. We are in this opportunity to elevate. And it's the wheel of fortune. It's destiny. It's luck. I mean, this is the turning, the cycle. You see the wheel there? I mean, this is happening. I'm going to say a few things that you might be seeing lately: an eagle, koi fish, a unicorn. You might have heard it mentioned. Coral, chicken. Oh, not chicken. I'm sorry. What are those birds? Peacocks. Fowl, like guinea fowls. Guinea fowl, is that a thing? Egyptian references, ancient Egyptian references. This is a lot of thoughts too. I'm feeling a lot of thoughts in this. Okay, just a lot of like mind chatter. All right, moving on. The Prince of Hearts coming in, all happy, go lucky, Mr. Charmer, romance guy. Yeah, with the Ace of Hearts out here, I'm sure this is the person coming in, and they are a prince, so they are still on their healing journey. They are still but they're quite aware. They're quite aware of the fact that they're feeling things they've never felt before. And they're also quite aware of wanting to heal and wanting to do the work to heal. Are they actually doing the work to heal, though? Yes, I do think so. I think that they are getting new perspectives. Are y'all in touch with each other already? Like, are y'all already talking? Let's see what let's look at this Prince of Hearts here. I just got that for some of you this may be a person coming in, but for some of you this represents your like romantic ideals instead of an actual person. And I'm hearing for those of you with like this I wouldn't say unrealistic romantic ideals, but you fantasize quite a lot, I'm hearing. And it's almost like you need a new perspective on love. And that's what you're learning currently, I'm hearing. Four of Wands, yes. Yes, so some of you really are coming into quite quite the love. I'm telling you, it's it's almost like y'all are gonna have to hold back from wanting to get married right away. And I'm here to say, please hold back. You don't want to rush this. You want to really savor it and celebrate it. That's what I'm hearing. Oh my gosh, with the High Priestess coming out and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so that makes me feel like you're listening to your intuition about how much to give and how much to receive. Like you're trying to, I feel you trying to listen to yourself about where you should draw a boundary and where you should be open to receiving. Yes, there are. I see that clearly that you are definitely figuring out what your boundaries are. So I'm sensing that this Prince of Hearts, it does not have to be a male, that they are going to kind of test. I don't want to say test, but like give you the opportunity to enforce your boundaries. But I do see them being respectful, and the Empress shows up to say, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir." That yes, as when you meet this person, or when you, I feel two different things for the collective here, that it is for someone a person, and for others this is your own perception of love. So with those that have the person coming in, I feel that they are going to help you create a balance in how much to give and how much to receive, right? And this really like skyrockets you pew, into this Empress energy. My goodness, with a 3 coming out there, the 2 and the 3, and we have a 4. Yeah, you really are building up to this, I wanted to say emperor status, so I definitely feel masculine and feminine both here. King of Hearts. My goodness, yes. So for some of you, the ones I felt that your perspective is changing around love, that this is also testing your boundaries, because some of you I feel like grew up in, oh, okay, this is interesting. Maybe grew up in a household that genders were assigned roles in the household, and so to you, when those genders are fulfilling their roles in the marriage, that's love. Which, I'm not saying it's not love, but there is much more to love, especially unconditional love. So I see you really changing how you view marriage, getting a new perspective on marriage and the roles in marriage. I'm getting that, as a whole, I feel like we're waking up to the fact that those old ideals of, the man does these things and the woman does these things in the household, that we're, as a society, we realize that no, that it's more of an equal exchange. If y'all agree that the husband does these things and the woman does these things, the wife does these things, that's fine if it makes you happy. But I'm feeling like some of you are happy with that because that's how you grew up, and so you think that is love and happiness. I hope I'm being clear here. So, what I feel is that some of you are going to have a perspective change about what love actually looks like in a marriage, this equal exchange of giving and receiving. Notice I'm not saying taking, because there's no taking in a marriage. There's receiving and there's giving. When we say take, it doesn't feel equal in exchange. They're offering something to you and you choose to receive it, and then you give your offer and then they choose to receive it, right? And then when that feels balanced, then the love is equal and the love can be shared equally and the love can be experienced equally in the marriage. Okay, so some of you are really learning a lot there, so that feels like a masculine to me, but that's also some feminines here. Okay, where are we at now? Okay, so some of you are Some of you, hold on just a second here. We've got the Eight of Hearts and the Seven of Pentacles. So I'm feeling with the Eight of Hearts that, yeah, this is an emotional time. And I'm hearing you're choosing where to focus. Which means when you choose where to focus, you're going to turn your focus towards something, which means wherever your focus was before will not get that your focus anymore. So that can feel like loss or that you've walked away from something. And if it is someone you've walked away from, this can feel hurtful to both parties. So for some of you, it will be someone. And with the Seven of Pentacles, I see that you both needed that, though, in order to actually focus on yourselves individually, separately, away from each other's energies. And I'm hearing there's a chance y'all could come back. But at this time, it feels like you're going to be putting your focus on yourself, building a solid foundation within you. And I feel like you may be the masculine I felt earlier that's going to be changing their perspective about marriage and the roles in a marriage and what equal exchange feels and looks and tastes and sounds like. And then the ones that are meeting their prince, that are meeting their prince, honestly, I feel like that is the message, though, about the roles in a marriage and what actual give and receiving looks and feels like. And I'm seeing that you're meeting the person that you do this effortlessly with, the Empress, the King of Hearts. And so you're leaving your old beliefs behind. You're leaving your old life behind about what you believe marriage should be or a partnership should be. That's changing. And now with the Seven of Pentacles, y'all are building up this new, higher, elevated, unconditional love foundation. And it's so much more magical and so much more just elevated in all areas. All right, we're 37 minutes in. So what I'm going to do here is I would like to look into these energies a bit more. But what I'm going to do is look at these energies a bit more on the extended reading when it comes to the energy of the roles in the marriage. And also what to expect in building up the elevated version, if that makes sense. Um, so I'll look into that. Now, for this reading on YouTube, what I want to do is get out my healing energy cards and see what healing can be done. And then on the extended on my Patreon account, which I will have the link below, you can I don't know what other energy. I just want to ask the spirit what other energies are surrounding that relationship. So we'll dive deeper into that. But for now, what healing needs to be done for the collective that is tuning into this reading? Okay, I definitely see a star. A star. Okay, lotus heart opening. So this is your heart chakra. My heart has been on fire this whole time, but I didn't want to keep saying it because it would get old. So this is healing your heart. Meditate on your heart. Go to a Reiki master and have them heal your heart chakra for you, or place your own hand over your heart chakra and heal it yourself. We all have this healing energy in us, and all we have to do is decide to tap into it. You have a healing heart. Open your heart and receive healing. Just say it. Have the intention. That's all it takes. Spirit, I am open to you healing my heart. I am open to my heart being healed. I'm open to the love that comes with a healed heart. You guys, there's that star. Self acceptance, assistance with weight loss. Eh, Yeah, when you start building self love, and if you know that the weight that you currently have on your body doesn't fit with how you feel energetically, like I've said before, this weight doesn't feel like it's mine. It feels like it is a symptom of, or no, not even a symptom. You know what? It's not even a symptom. It feels like a gauge of where I'm at with my self love, right? I always told myself before I even wanted to lose weight, I wanted to accept myself first. And then that way losing weight would come easier and I wouldn't be tempted to use some kind of aid besides what I choose to put in my body and the physical activity that I choose to engage in. And so that's exactly what I've done for the past few years is I've just been healing and working on myself, and but yet my eating patterns were the same. And so but now in 2025, even before this year started, I feel such a focus on my health. I feel such a push to focus on my health. And I've already been connected by divine timing with someone who is going to help me. And so I'm very excited about those changes coming in. But anyways, the whole message there was self-acceptance is a huge part in if you're wanting to lose weight. Okay? Um really accepting that you've been through stuff in life. You've been through stuff in life. That doesn't take away from you as a person. That doesn't make you less manly or less womanly. You are still a divine masculine and a divine feminine, and you are still a human being who deserves to experience love, unconditional love. Okay? This is forgiveness as well. So, yeah, of course, this is self acceptance. So, if you have belly fat, or that's where you gain weight, is in your belly, like where the sacral and the solar plexus chakra is, then that is a clue that there's some deep self acceptance that needs to happen. And then you'll find that you have such motivation to want to love your body. You're like, wait a minute, I deserve to love my body. My body deserves for me to love it. Okay. It's funny. I was just talking to my sister about that. So, new life. Yeah, you are about to experience a whole new life because literally, literally, your cells, your everything is changing in you. And you're supported in this change. Look at all of that support. For some of you, this feels like you actually are pregnant. And so there really is a push to take care of yourself if you're pregnant. There's a push to treat your body with like it's, a sacred temple. Yeah. Okay. You're expanding. So, those of you in this reading, I feel you. You're choosing to elevate. You're choosing to elevate with this shedding. That's amazing. And then, of course, playfulness comes out because Spirit always wants us to have fun and experience the joys in life and travel and go on a hike and go swimming and go, to that craft fair, go to that festival, experience life while also listening to yourself. Okay. All right. So that is it for this reading, I think that's a great place to end. And I feel like this was confirmation for those of you that needed that confirmation. So, also, I am booking personal readings. So, if you want that, you can look for the Fiverr and Etsy links down below in the description. Also, you can reach out to me on any of my social medias on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram at Spiritual Teacher for You, and we can make it happen. Okay. Um, yeah. So much love and light to you guys. Now I'm going on to the extended, which you can find on my Patreon account, which will also be linked down below. All right. Bye, you guys.